flagged as fraudsters.
I have to believe that the governor's office and Keith Ellison's office were aware of this. They've said they were involved in helping the FBI. They've said they were made aware. But apparently I'm scary, so they couldn't do anything.
Wait, did you catch that? The woman who masterminded a $250 million heist is now pointing fingers from behind bars. She's claiming the highest levels of the Minnesota government knew exactly what was happening. Stop the scroll, because the Feeding Our Future scandal just turned into a political wildfire.
Submitted as evidence in which Bock compared Feeding Our Future to the mob. Yeah, so she was really obsessed with this, to say the least. Look at these photos right here. This is some of the vehicles that were purchased with the money, of course. She says that, I believe in accountability. If I had done this, I would have pled guilty.
Take a look at these exhibits. While kids were supposed to be getting meals, the money was flowing into $200,000 Porsches, stacks of Louis Vuitton bags, and enough gold jewelry to fill a vault. Federal prosecutors call this the shame of Minnesota. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a lifestyle. We're talking about a system so broken that fraudsters from Philadelphia were literally driving to Minnesota just to get a piece of the action. It's absolute insanity.
Role as supporting agencies to do their job, but not holding them accountable. Am I understanding that?
Madam Chair, we do not have a tool to hold agencies accountable.
So what would that tool be? What do you need? Because under statute, that is your responsibility for internal controls. So if you don't have the tools and it's yet your statutory responsibility, like, what do you need?
I want to be clear that when you look at the state statute, subdivision 8 of 16A.057 specifically states that the head of each executive agency is responsible for designing, implementing, and maintaining an effective internal control system within the agency that complies with the requirements of the subdivisions. I mean, I know you're asking the question of...
This is the most chilling part of the whole story. You just heard a state commissioner admit on camera that they have no tool to hold agencies accountable, even though the law literally mandates it. The frustration on Representative Robbins' face says it all. As of January 2026, the federal government has officially frozen childcare funding for the entire state because of this level of incompetence. When the people in charge say it's not our job to check, this is the result.
It's not just Bock. Whistleblowers told a congressional committee Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison there ignored warnings for years as millions of dollars and millions were stolen on their watch. Congress is investigating a long list of massive fraud schemes in the state. It's hard to keep up. Prosecutors say it's led to at least $9 billion in fraud, Dana, and counting. Congress also asking why the Attorney General there would meet with a group of Somali.
The political fallout is massive. Governor Tim Walz just announced he won't seek re-election because these fraud scandals have completely paralyzed his administration. We're now looking at estimates that total fraud across Minnesota social services could hit $9 billion. Think about that. $9 billion. That's why there are currently 2,000 federal agents surging into the state. This is no longer just a local news story. It's a national security level investigation. If you think someone needs to be held accountable, hit that like button and subscribe for the next update. This is far from over.